because I was waiting to hear those 3 little words every girl longs to hear. I have a trust fund. You may have noticed I can't count very well, but you know, that's okay. I have my sense of humor to help me get along. Most of the time, it seems to work out pretty well, except there are these occasions when I just randomly kind of drives the guy's way. I don't really need it all the time. The tough part is determining, letting the guy know, yes, I meant it, yes, I didn't. Anyway, I'm holding out for it.
You know, I'm like one of the only girls in pub club, and there's some really cool guys there. I mean, we're real good buddies, you know, and I just feel like I'm like the last card in the deck, you know, like the last one, because like all the other girls that have ever been in pub club have gone off and just gotten married. And like I'm the last one. I just get stuck in the friend zone. Like they're all my buddies, you know. And it's like I really want to meet them where I am, like so they can really see who I am, you know. You know. And then I'm in the friend zone. It's like this box. It's like a toolbox that I'm in. And if they want to like talk about, you know, if their transmission is like making a funny tick 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 sound, they call me, and I'm like, I just really want them to like think I'm pretty.
I am having some real issues, okay? It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm divorced. That's just where the story begins, you see. The day after the divorce was final, my ex-husband keeled over dead. How do you date after that? Do you say you're divorced? Do you say you're a widow? I just didn't want to think about it, so I just wanted to get right out there, right away, before I had time to get in my own head. So I met this really nice guy the next day at my daughter's track meet. He invited me out to McDonald's, and I thought, well, I guess that's what people are doing now. I hadn't been on a date in 20 years, right? So we went through the drive-thru, and then we're eating our Big Macs, and he had a heart attack right there in the car. The rule of 3 scares me. I just want my third guy to stay alive. Is that too much to ask?
You must have an abacus.
Really knows the smell of clean oil.
Must not wear a pacemaker.
You must have an appreciation for fine hot dogs.
He's got like a full stock of condiments.
Must eat kale. Lots of kale.
Must be a highly skilled Scrabble player.
Doesn't need to borrow my leather chaps.
Must not watch Lawrence Welk.
All right, ladies, it's time for some speed dating. Have a seat, gentlemen. Let's join them on the stage. Woo! Audience, pay attention. You get to pick which lady goes out with which gentleman after the speed dating round.
And then I said to myself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell my practice that I've been practicing in for 10 years, and I'm going to recommit myself to being a modern knight of the round table.
Fascinating. What did you get for your practice?
Oh, for my practice, I got enough money to keep me in armor and swords for the next 70 years of my life, if I should live that long, let me tell you.
And an army, a full army, right?
Oh no, I am, as they say, a lone knight.
So just enough money for one suit of armor.
A suit of armor goes bad after about 2 or 3 years, and we live in a rainy climate, we do. So, you gotta rust proof, and it's dramatic and difficult. But I tell you, every couple months I go out to my blacksmith and I say, Tony, I need a new one. And he says, hey, I'll just put it on the account.
Your blacksmith's name is Tony.
Tony, he's from Italy. Used to be a pizza chef. And then he said, my true calling. We have a lot in common in that way. And, I'd love to take you out on horseback sometime. Have an evening out.
Well, only if you've got armor for me as well. Horses are dangerous.
Hey, I'm living in a good enough life in the night business to be able to get you your own custom suit of armor.
Really?
Oh,
I
yes.
didn't know that was a possibility.
That is the sexiest eating of a chicken bone I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Did you do it again?
Hungry,
You could do that whenever you want. And
Well, what do you mean? Like you don't eat or something?
no, I mean like if I'm like we're on a date and I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling it right now. Can you eat a chicken bone for me?
Sure, I mean, like, as long as it doesn't set me back, like $20 or anything.
Oh no, I would buy the chicken bone for you. Trust
Okay.
me. Trust me. I am the kind of guy who buys things for ladies like
Whoa, what are you some kind of sugar daddy like that?
you. Well, I mean, I did have parents who owned a sugar plantation.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, so you got a lot of bank from that?
They went bankrupt, yes. I mean, it's like you're psychic and you know these things, but there's a few dollars left over from the settlement and all. Enough for a chicken wing or two.
That's a good guy. No one in Pub Club ever got me some chicken wings or ribs even.
Now, ribs are a little on the expensive side, but I think we can make it work out if the timing's right and we're feeling it, I'm kind of feeling it right now.
Well,
Why don't you?
just kind of smell like lavender, something like from a bathroom.
I was out of deodorant, so I had to go to the bathroom and wash up a little so I wasn't stinky. And thank the soap.
You don't like your own stink? You just leave it?
Well,
You just want to erase it?
most girls don't like my stink. Are you saying you want to smell my stink?
Well, you get a whiff of that. Yeah, I mean, that's why.
Well, as a matter of fact, not having an electron microscope does make my business hard. I'm a genetic engineer for hire.
Genetic engineer.
Yes.
That keeps you young.
Hold still. I just need one little piece. Thank you.
That keeps me young.
It won't technically be you. In fact, it won't very much not be like you at all. But the essence of you will be there, so I should perhaps get to know you a little bit more.
It'll be like the Barbie who's like me. Like me but skinnier.
I tried using Barbie hair and it did not work well at all. I've got a Ken with 5 legs.
I'm sorry to hear that. But you have time to perfect these things.
No, I don't. I have implanted in me a chip that will explode unless I'm able to find the reason for my existence. I've gone through so many things. I was a circus ringmaster and that didn't do it. Taxi driver, that didn't do it. I was a prostitute for a while. I'm not proud, but that's the closest I got to finding out what I was supposed to do.
Maybe what you can do is not die on me.
The chip will... I hope I'm not around for that. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, gentlemen, switch.
Just,
That kind of hurts.
That's part of the work. Pain is involved in all kinds of progress.
I'm getting a sense about this right now. I kind of
Oh,
I try to stay open-minded, but sometimes a girl just knows.
you're a prejudger, huh? I've tried to breed that out of whatever I make next. This is why, having a few skin cells from you, I'll be able to find that little marker on chromosome number 24 and obliterate it. And whatever comes from that will look at me and go, I have no preconceived notions about. I'm sorry, you are drinking a fancy drink, and here I am just yakking on.
Do you want the umbrella?
Yes, thank you.
Just don't use it to poke me, though.
No. Blood is a better vehicle for genetic material. No, I'll just hold on to it.
What is this, like, scientific kind of stuff you got going on?
Well, I do have it going on, you're right.
Well, the science part, yeah.
And
the big nose.
yes.
And the brown skin.
I was thinking about the sparkling wit and the fancy eyes.
Oh, well, you know.
These are not my corneas, you know.
I guess if I had to say what my greatest fantasy is, it would be to rescue a princess from a fire-breathing dragon.
What if it was just like a fire coming out of a muffler?
Like an evil muffler?
When there's fire, it's pretty evil, and there's a lot of loud, like, banging sounds.
That's true. If I could rescue a woman from any great fire, it would be the greatest joy that I think I could feel in my entire life, you know?
You know, I was there, and you weren't there. I was just under this Ford Super Duty, and it made this big explosion, and there was some fire.
Rest assured, if I had been there, I would have beat that thing to the ground with my sword, and I would have pulled it off of you, and I would have dragged you away into the woods where we would have begun a new life together. You know, if I had, oh yes. I love a woman who knows how to eat a chicken.
So that's why I always see a cholesterol report before I have sex with anybody. So, don't get frisky with me because I haven't seen your numbers.
I get it. There's also things I like to see before I, agree to go out with anyone or,
I brought my driver's license with me.
Well, it's more food-based, really. See, I've got some chicken wings here. Could you eat one of those for me?
Absolutely not. They take 10 years off your life.
Okay. Guess we can work around that. What about?
They make tofu chicken wings these days, you know.
Okay. We'll try that. We'll try that one if we get that far. Tell me, maybe mime it. Mime it for me. Show me how you would eat a tofu chicken wing so I can just get an idea. Oh no, that is all wrong. See, you wanna...
Oh dear.
Yeah, get into it, like, just tear it apart with your teeth. Act like it's something you've never had before. Act like it's something that's sustaining your life and keeping you from dying.
You might lose a tooth that way.
Yeah, but you won't be dead.
It's true. And I do know a good dentist, so there's ways to solve these things.
Okay, I think we can make this happen if
I've never met anybody like you.
never met someone quite as timid but scared and I don't know, you just have an aura about you, like I should run away, but just stay close.
Take my bike helmet with you if you're gonna run. I don't want you to hurt on your way out.
Okay,
That's fine.
is that, I feel,
You won't get hurt if you trip this way now.
I usually don't just trip for no reason. I mean, is there something I should know?
I mean, it could just happen to anybody. Accidents happen.
It's true, they do. They happen to some people a lot more than others, but...
I got my nail caught in the blender yesterday when I was making my veggie smoothies.
That's why you don't eat vegetables.
All right, last chance for romance. Ladies, lower your necklines and your standards.
Normally I would say no, but okay.
Here you go. Just eat it like you think you should.
You know, I just wondered, how did chickens get around without their wings?
Well, I think sometimes they don't. But most of the time they just take them off and they walk. Because chickens like to walk just as much as I like to fly.
Their wings are just kind of useless. They're sort of... they have no value, really. There's not much meat on them. You took the feathers off.
It's not really about the meat or the sustenance that you're getting from the chicken wing.
I
It's
don't really
more...
like the sauce either.
I think you're missing the point.
I probably am.
It's really all about what I'm getting from you eating the chicken wing.
This is, okay, so this is where I'm confused. Usually it's all about what I'm getting from you.
Right, and we'll get to that for sure. I will give you things, trust me.
Okay.
But first you have to give me this so I know that if we're, compatible or
Well,
not.
okay, so I'm open to making a deal.
Okay.
Make a deal. I need some collateral. Like your money clip.
You'll give it back once you've
Yeah.
eaten the chicken wing.
Yes.
All right?
Yes, I will give it back.
Then let's see this.
Yeah, it's the chicken wing lobby that is crippling genetic engineering in this country. Because you know how hard it would be to make a chicken wing so big that it would choke St. Bernard? Easy. But no, they've got the kibosh on it.
So instead, we gotta put away 20 or 30 of
You
them.
could have one, feed the family, and then give it away to a friend.
Exactly.
How long's that grease been under your fingernails?
Oh, I mean, I never, I always.
And that scar on your arm?
Well, that was an incision I made myself. I
Get?
just went ahead and just slammed in on it because I was thinking, well, I saw on a couple TV shows they were intervention or something where they gave them their own tattoos, and I was like, well, I'd really like to have the King of Spades right there, and so I was carving away, and next thing you...
Make my life complete. Tell me this healed quickly.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't believe in Band-Aids.
You're my index finger.
Men with accents just seem so young and sexy, so 007. You're like James Bond.
Well, if I was gonna mark myself for a character that had been played by Sean Connery, I have to say that instead I would mark myself for his portrayal of King Arthur of the Round Table.
You remind me of my high school boyfriend. He was King Arthur in the school play.
Oh, that sounds amazing! Did he slay a dragon and whip somebody from stem to stern with his sword?
Yes, and then afterwards he would pretend to be Boy George and we would get married.
You know, the end of a story in which a brave knight rescues a brave damsel from some sort of vicious killer or evil dark wizard is always that they get married. Or that he dies. It's one of those two, though.
I like the married one.
I would love, I have to say I like the married one too, but even if I was to die in battle at the hands of some great evil force.
Wait, if you do, can I please have a CD of your voice before you go?
You can have anything that you want if you're the woman that I rescue.
I think I have a flat tire. Who should I go out with? Number 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Who should I go out with? Two.
Just one date. This is kinky.
It's your apartment.
Well, I've spent a lot of money on that rug.
Looks sort of satiny.
It's made of human hair. I mean,
Whoa, you say that again.
It's made of old
This is
underwear.
like a smorgasbord for me. I could repopulate New Jersey, and it would look exactly the same. But I would have made it. Look, Gwen, I'm just going to say this once, and I'm going to probably say it a few more times, but this is the first once time. You've got something that I need. You've got something down deep in you.
It's not more tissue, is it?
No, it's
Hair.
no. It has
Bodily
nothing.
fluid.
There's no bodily fluids, although I'm not objecting to any of that. What I'm thinking actually is, how much do you love science? How much do you love exploring and going places you've never been before?
Is that a trick question?
Yes.
17. That's how much I love science.
You know that science is usually based on a 1 to 10 scale, which means you are freaking off the charts.
Nobody ever said I was not a science lover.
I have 2 tickets. I'd like to go to the Hadron whatever that thing's called that makes the things run into each other.
The Hadron Collider.
Thank you.
I can't eat anymore. I mean,
Everybody has their limits. I understand. We'll take a break, and we'll get back to that later.
you know what? It's not like, I feel like I'm sort of like just being watched. You know what I mean? Like,
Would it help if I stood behind like a curtain so you couldn't see me staring at you?
you know what? You know what? If you don't want to look at me, like, forget about it, you know? Like, I've been there with you guys, you know?
I want to look at you. I want to look at you so hard. That's you do these things that just. You know what I mean? But you know.
I don't know what you mean. I really don't. I mean, like, the next thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna be like, you know, it's good knowing you. So glad you can put away like 50-something chicken wings and like turn me on and something. But you're just a friend.
Oh, you've crossed that line from friend long about wing number 26. That one's good. So why don't I do something that makes you do this? What? Tell me what I can do that you can watch me.
Really?
Yeah, really. Don't worry if it's creepy or crazy or, I like to watch you eat chicken wings, so.
You seen the movie Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Now, Henry, no cheating, please. I always said if I ever dated a man with an accent, he would read the whole phone book from A to Z. Don't be skipping around to the middle of the seas.
All right, but I had figured sort of that the romantic thing we would do on the first date would be some sort of kidnapping, you know, some scoundrel would swing in on a length of rope with a dagger in his teeth and would sweep you off to some vicious lair or something. But you want me to just read the phone book for Boulder, Colorado.
When we get to Z, I'll give you the helmet, and then we can do that swinging around stuff.
I really don't like that you took away my helmet. We don't really call it a helmet anymore. It's just a helmet.
Well, whatever.
And I'd like my sword back as long as we're listing things that you took from me. And the dagger.
We check our weapons at the door in my apartment. I'm sorry.
All right.
The house rules.
I understand.
You just don't know, things could get rowdy once you start reading, and I don't want anybody
Yes,
to lose
exactly.
a finger.
You think that things will get rowdy once I start to read the book?
I think once you get to E, it's really going to get me going.
sit down. We're gonna land.
Well, I was so convinced this was going to be boring.
I know. That's Switzerland right down there.
Oh my god, and then that means that this is...
The aisle.
I was going to say, like this movie would be like...
Yeah, Gwen, I did not know that they had so many little bottles of Tanqueray on a single flight. But that's good to know. So passports are ready. We're going to go down, we're going to land, and we're going to go to the hard-on collector. And then...
Hadron Collider.
I like the first thing better.
Well, that kind of reminds me of Switzerland, because Dr. Freud would have said that was something I shouldn't have said but wanted to. Anyhow, so we're going to go there, and we're going to tour it, and then we're going to go inside of it, and I'm going to put you in the chair with the straps on it.
Yeah. They're in the chair with the straps on it. Oh my god, this is hot.
Yes.
No, I mean really.
I made you think
so
it was an
hot.
airplane, but it wasn't. You're in the thing. Now listen, here's what's going to happen.
Sweaty.
You're going to
Wipe
feel...
my brow. Thank you.
We're going to keep that.
Needed.
Listen, you're going to feel a pressure on your chest, and it's going to be in your heart. There's going to be a small black hole, briefly.
Where's the panic button?
I have it over here. You let me know when you want me to push it.
I want control of the panic button!
Control is...
Do it! The flying monkeys! I love the flying
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Kevin! I've never felt so, like, feminine in all my life!
I've never felt like more of a man than when I swooped in on you like that and you shuddered.
But I know, I'm not gonna get excited about it.
No, you can get excited.
No, I can't.
You get excited like you mean it.
No, I can't.
You tell me to fly
I
like a
feel
monkey.
it. Last night, I dreamed of the zone.
Let me draw a picture of you, okay? Sarah, look at this. Way over here, this area, this is the friend zone. Where are you? You're over there. Way outside the friend zone.
We see directly above here is a sign that says used auto parts.
And you know what? I'm gonna fly you even further away. Come on.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We finished the phone book. Now, can we have? All right.
Kale salad, yes. And let's not forget to take some vitamins too.
All right.
2 multis a day, you know.
Sophie, I wanted this to be a surprise, but I think I should just tell you.
Sir Blowhard!
I hired somebody to make the date a little more interesting. Ah! Stephen! Sir Stephen, formerly the Fallen Knight. Have you come to kidnap the woman that I love with all my heart?
Aye, indeed I have. And I brought the dragon.
Ah! Well, it is time that I stood up to defend this beautiful lass, unless you'd like to kidnap her to make it a little bit more difficult.
Wait. Please read the phone book before we get started.
Oh, come on! I couldn't get the real fire dragon. It's just orange
But
soda.
this is a real sword, Sir Blowhard.
Oh, and I
And if
have,
it touches you, you'll be cut.
well,
And you'll blood all over.
He doesn't know the house rules. We check the real swords at the door.
yes, I was thinking about that rule, and I was thinking that maybe if we let him have a sword, we should let me have my sword back. Given the fact that if I don't...
Would be fair, lassie. Give him one. Otherwise, his head will be on the...
Here, let's-
No, don't touch it.
never touch it.
Hey. I
What?
choreographed a really good death, you know?
Phyllis, this is... Hit back in the head. Do I pay you numbers on the head?
Can I just change it out for an umbrella?
Use the sword, because if you touch a man's sword, you touch his heart.
Don't touch his sword. This is my sword first. You touched my heart.
She's holding mine.
Your accent is nowhere.
We don't crack. That's like X-rated.
Phyllis, this is ridiculous. Get back in the head. Nothing, lass. His accent is nowhere near as sexy as mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, it is! And he keeps his accent because his is real! You've been deceiving me! You're probably an old man, aren't you? That's a wig!
Dude, it's supposed to be cool. Like, you're totally making her cry.
You are breaking every rule of dragon.
Do you have George by any chance?
But George, I stabbed him. We see that her right hand, all the card race is gone, and her hand is soft.
You know, you're the first person who calls me by my first name and not Patterson.
Patterson's a lovely name, but Sarah's so much better.
Can I call you Monkey?
I'd like that. I think that bonds us. Takes me back to...
Oh God, I don't trust it. I'm there.
Come with me. I want to show you something. It's so soft. See this area over here?
It's a bunch of yellow bricks.
This is the lover zone. This is where we fly together.
It's like the yellow brick road.
Exactly.
Gwen, I am so sorry. I will replace your blouse and everything else that got kind of singed.
I'm kind of glad it got singed.
We see she has 2 Band-Aids, one here and one here.
I did not know the black hole would kind of bounce around for a while. I thought they had this... Say it?
Hadron Collider.
Thank you.
Hard-on collector.
Fixed. Are you wanting some genetic material from me?
Maybe. What's that?
It's my tie. I have drooled on it, so there is some there, but I get this feeling it has nothing to do with my tie.
Well, we haven't really talked about this, but
No, we haven't.
we could.
Is it scientific? I'll listen.
Is it, let's talk about birth control.
We see here from floor to ceiling a shelf all about how babies are born.
The good news is, because of my intensive self-experimentation and use of illegal medications that I have genetically altered them, I am sterile.
What?
But I am virile. Does something hurt?
You can't make babies?
Well, I can make babies, that's the thing. But kind of in a different way. The romantic part is just a, formality. It's kind of like, well, let's just try a chance making of a baby. How would you like to have a baby that has exactly what you want?
It's tempting.
A tempting baby, yes! What a baby to have.
All right, that's it. I am so sick. You have to make a choice. Is it gonna be me? Is it gonna be that layabout, half-wit, Renfair reject? Or is it gonna be Phyllis the Dragon?
None of you. I put the phone book out for recycling because you're all feeding me a bunch of bullshit. I googled you. You're friends from Dungeons and Dragons Club in Aurora. God damn it!
Dungeons and Dragons is a popular and exciting pastime where people can be who they really are.
Well, why don't you talk right like yourself?
Well, nobody wants to hear I talk right when I'm not Scottish. Yeah. The Scottish accent was the first thing that came. when I was working as a lawyer, I started
A
speaking...
lawyer?
Yeah, I used to be a lawyer. Started speaking Scottish one day, and the judge just threw out the case and was like, "You win." And I said, "Oh, thank you, lassie." And things just sort of steamrolled from there, and now here we are. And my heart has not beat this fast since I slayed the red dragon of the west.
How old are you for real?
What is age but a number that we throw? What is it?
How old are you
What is
for
it?
real?
All right, I'm 58. I'm 58 and I haven't died yet.
Oh, that's true.
We see that he has several clogged arteries.
But when I do die, it'll be on the field of battle. I won't die like those other men with just some sort of weird little heart palpitation causing it to keel over in the restroom. No, I will die at the hands of a mighty beast. And now,
You didn't take your vitamins!
oh, I'm feeling a little pain in my left arm. That's
Take extra, will you?
okay.
I know they're good. They're watermelon flavored. The Flintstones one. Please, do you really need to be so melodramatic? You and all your stories. Saving damsels, honestly.
Oh, that was truly the most athletic feat of romance I have ever experienced. I need to
genetics.
stretch.
You know, this cigarette is non-cancerous.
I always thought science was for smarty
Geeks,
pants and
Smarty pants.
dumb people
Dumb.
and
We see that something is cooking or baking in a small scientific chamber in front of you.
Excuse me, I have to baste it. No, don't pay any attention to it. It needs a tad bit more. I'm going to get a toothpick to see if it's down inside. Okay, sometimes they're cute when they're fresh.
Sometimes when the universe talks to you, you just have to listen. I adopted a cat.
You know, I always said that when I fell it would be at the hands of giants. I just didn't realize those giants would be cholesterol, heart disease, and too much chicken.
They told me the cat was a kitten. When I took it to the vet, the cat's teeth were examined and it turns out the cat's 12 years old.
Let me tell you this, I will haunt that woman until the day time stops.
She is my everything now. I mean, it was only one day, but I dress up in the monkey suit even when I'm not around her.
The yellow brick road, who would have known? Like, there's like all sorts of stuff. We had the greatest picnic. We found a munchkin. We just like twirled that mother around and cooked it up. It was the best tasting chicken flavor I've ever had.
I never thought I could be turned on more than a chicken wing, but when you eat a munchkin's leg like that, wow.
I always thought I was in it for the money. I never thought I'd be into someone who was smart and scientific, but he really knew how to get what made me tick. He understood, and I'll tell you what, he rung my bell. And I liked it, and it's like this sexiness of his big nose and his brown skin. I think I'm okay if I'm poor. Just this mad scientist.
She talked a lot when we made love, I can't forget that. But the nice thing is we have a little one. We named it Amino. And because of my experimentation, I can breastfeed it.
Thank God these are not going to be ruined because he gets to breastfeed.
It was just one date.
Hey! Look around the room and pick someone to make love to tonight. This is your chance. It's a free zone. Hey, thanks for coming down and seeing 3 blind dates. I presume you guys like to have an alcoholic drink. They have them out there. And when you walk out of this room to the bar, remember, get your ass back in here because there are 3 great shows. 3 great shows. One, listen, you already paid the money for one and you get them all. And they are The Agency, right after us. For the Record, right after The Agency, and The Duel, which is 2 improv teams going head to head, and you guys pick the winner, and the other one dies. It's so cool. Again, we are at 3 blind dates. We're second Saturday of every month. We have a website, and it's called. No, we have what?
We have a website. It's called FreeBlindDateShow.com. We have a Twitter page. We have a Facebook page. And we have an awesome lighting person in the back, Lisa.
We also have frequent returners if you don't like computers. We are 3 blind dates. Collectively, individually, we are
Amy,
Connor,
Brian.
Macy, Ginger.
I'm Keith. Thank you. See you next week for Monday.